Okay.
I've turned into a picky eater.
Okay.
Like, yeah, fish, chicken, and my body craves protein in the worst way. I wake up and I don't even want a breakfast item at all. I'm like, get me a piece of chicken. It's the first thing I want. And vegetables, I just crave really healthy, wonderful things. And the thought of fast food makes me nauseous. I can't believe I used to eat that stuff. I'm like, that is mystery meat and grease.
Right,
Why would I do
true.
that to myself? Nothing about it is appealing, and even if I smell it, sometimes I get nauseous. So I don't really have too many other problems. My sleep is incredibly better. I had sleep apnea.
Oh, I forgot.
And was with a CPAP machine.
Right, I forgot about the mask. Right.
And I had terrible insomnia. But my sleep is much better. My sleep apnea is gone. I don't have to use my machine anymore. I'm off all my medications except my thyroid, and an antidepressant that my doctor put me on shortly after surgery.
Hey, gorgeous.
Hi.
Now let's see. Surgery was when?
A year ago today, I was in this hospital.
Really? Is that right?
A year ago today.
Now, and we did not start off on a good foot. We
No.
had kind of a bad initial communication because you were suffering from pretty terrible
Right.
pain.
Right. I have metal rods in both my hips. I'd had 4 hip surgeries. Kind of dealt with overweight my entire childhood and life, and was in body casts and crutches growing up through a span of about 15 years with all these surgeries. And a couple car accidents later and a few slip discs in my lower back. So I became pretty immobile, and I, at one point in about a 5 to 6 month period, put on about 80 pounds.
And because of all this surgery and trauma and everything, she was on lots of pain medicine.
A lot. I was taking about 60 pills a day.
Of narcotics.
60, yeah. And my clarity of mind was gone. I was a zombie. I was in so much pain. I was using a walker and a wheelchair to get around.
And so, and in my usual kind of blunt way, I said, "Oh, you can't have surgery."
I came up here with my parents.
And I said, "You can't have surgery
Yeah.
with those kind of medicines. That would make it a problem. It's too dangerous to have surgery." And so I looked at her and her family who was here, and I said, "You have to stop all the narcotics."
And that day, I started taking less medicine. I left this hospital and said, I will be back in a couple of months. And he said, maybe in a year. I'll see you in a year. It's going to take you a while to go off that.
Well, I think I'd like to stop, and I think we all owe her tremendous applause because she was able to get off all those narcotics and get prepared for surgery.
In about 2 months.
So, I mean, I gave her a mountain to climb, right?
I did. It was incredibly difficult. In fact, in many ways, going through the withdrawals of all that medication was worse than the surgery itself.
Yes.
And because I did it in such a short span, you'll remember I kind of had a reaction to the morphine afterwards.
Yeah.
I broke out in a rash. I was just in terrible pain. I felt like I was going through withdrawals all over again for the first few weeks after surgery. And it was really difficult for me, but I wasn't in pain from the surgery itself. But I was still dealing with all of my pain issues. And to be quite honest, I still am in a great deal of pain and deal with a lot of stuff. I mean, obviously, my hips and back weren't operated on, but I've lost 144 pounds. You can look at these just to remind yourself, and we'll pass them around. And it's so funny because in this picture, I'm holding a pig. So to me, it's like the quintessential picture. I was at this little, we had like a little petting zoo with my family. And I was 318 pounds. And now I'm 174. I'm so excited. I am so excited. And life is completely different, in so many ways. I'm sure he hears it. I heard it again today. You owe your life to him. But as I was driving here, I'm from Arizona, and I went through this just like emotional phase. And I don't mean to get so emotional, but when you look back, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's been a year. A year. This week I was in this hospital, and I'm coming back, and I remember sitting here too and just being scared and not really knowing what to think. And when you have your life change in such a significant way. When I see people on the streets now, I just want to go up to them and say, I was you a year ago. You have no idea what this surgery can do for you. It's absolutely amazing. And